Dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, Abyss of Dagath tomorrow, and I'll have plenty of videos on the channel covering it, but I have to give you a little bit of bad news today involving Abyss of Dagath, and I know I hate to be saying this the day before the update comes out, but one of the lead devs basically gave us a reality check on what's happening in the Abyss of Dagath update involving shield gating. There's a lot to go over here, even though it's just like one tweet. A lot of information can be pulled out of this tweet, so we'll be going over that today. But before we get into it, make sure you're subbed to this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. Also hit that like button too so more people can see this video, as I doubt this will be information everybody's aware of, and it will be pretty important information in the future once we go over it. Additionally, I'll be live on stream tomorrow, right after my patch notes video goes up, with the Abyss of Dagath update. I'll be testing out, everything. There's a lot, okay? There's going to be a lot in the patch notes too, so yeah. Without further ado, let's get into the bad information, or rather the bad news we have today. The information's good because it came right from the lead developer's mouth. But yeah, it's going to be something that you might not be very happy about if you've been paying attention to these shield gating changes. Okay, so just a really quick synopsis on what shield gating changes are being made. We have the graph right here, or the chart. This is how shield gating will change with a new update. The amount of shield gating, like invincibility time you get, will scale with how many shields you have, and it will cap out at like 1,100 shields. You'll have like 2.5 seconds of shield gate, and if you have like 10 shields, you'll have like hardly any shield gate time at all, like 0.5 seconds or whatever, if that. So that's basically what's changing right now. It's like, it's all or nothing, basically. If you have a million shields, you'll get a 2-second shield gate. If you have not maximum shields, you have shorter shield gate, basically. They're changing that. So the reality check we got today from the lead DE dev, Pablo, he basically replaced Scott's old job, like the balance master, the nerf master, all that kind of stuff. We got a tweet from Pablo detailing what will be happening, and there's actually going to be an issue in the patch. So here is the tweet right here. This Twitter or X user said to Pablo, "Hey Pablo, I've been reading through the dev workshop in prep for tomorrow. And one thing that's not clear is if Overshields will count for shield gate duration. Does it? And if it does, will it count the highest Overshield value achieved since the last break, or the value when broken?" And lead DE dev Pablo responds, "It is not intended to," in reference to the Overshields counting for shield gate duration. "Unfortunately, it will ship broken and count until we can get another cert build out, which will take a while." So yes, that, if you don't understand what you just read there, don't worry, I didn't understand it at first either. So what this means is that your shield gate duration, basically if you're using pillage to get overshields and stuff like that, too bad. It will go, the shield gate duration is intended to go off of your maximum modded shields. So for a frame like, I don't know, Hydroid probably, I'm just going to say Hydroid for example. Let's say Hydroid has 300 maximum shields with no shield capacity Archon shards, no shield capacity mods on the build, those types of things. So basically he just has his base shields, no mods, but he's using, let's say you're using Pillage on Hydroid, or you have a Protea on your team giving you, maybe Protea would be a good example. You have some source of overshields in your team that's not Protea or not Hildred, as they give you longer shield gate. Your maximum shield gate on Hydroid, even if you have the maximum overshields in this game, will be your 300 unmodded shield duration. That means overshields do basically nothing. Now, keep in mind, he said it's launching broken, so the overshields will work at launch, but as soon as they can get another cert build out to make it not work, that's how it's going to be. So the way I'm looking at this is that this is kind of silly to me. Did they get mad that we are calling shield capacity shards crappy? Because the way it sounds to me is that getting overshields might not be, it's going to be hardly worth it, unless you are like modding for shield capacity in the first place. So also this kind of like massively makes things that are going to give you overshield like not worth it. Basically, Hildren's 3 gives you maximum shield capacity, so that's, like, of course, Hildren and Protea give you longer shield duration, shield gate duration too. But frames like Mag, frames like Harrow, I guess. Harrow doesn't really give his teammates overshields, but yeah, Mag is not going to be as good at giving teammates long shield gate because she provides lots of overshields. And after this change goes through, the proper change, you're going to have your 300 modded shields, like 1.5 second duration. So, yikes. Big yikes. Now, will this make it where shield capacity shards are going to be worth it? I think they're definitely being encouraged here, but to me, I'm not really looking to mod for... I don't want to put shield capacity shards on my frame, just period. They're not a good feeling. They're not going to be worth the casting speed's going to be more useful. And depending on the situation, like even like power strength shards might be more useful. So just looking at how much shields a blue Tau shard gives you, I'm actually on a fully sharded frame right now. So basically, guys, don't get used to it. And I honestly doubt this information will be even in the patch notes. So on the Abyss of Dagath launch, you can use your purple shields on Harrow. You can use your maximum overguard or overshield stuff with pillage, etc., etc. But once the cert build goes out, it will be like a big slap in the face. Oh, you were used to this gameplay style that was in the patch for who knows how long? That was not intended. You should have looked at Pablo's Twitter that one day. You should have watched Gaz's video that one day, because now your overshields are useless, and yeah, enjoy your 1 second shield gate or whatever it ends up being. If this was working the way it's going to work, like it was an intended way to work, we'll have near maximum shield gate duration at all times with pillage. As you can see right here, at 1100 shields-ish, you get 2.5 seconds of shield gate. That's how it's going to be on the Abyss of Dagath update. After the Abyss of Dagath update, just for example, let's look at my Wisp Prime right now. How many shields? Now keep in mind, they are going to be buffing some of the base shield capacities, so this might not look exactly the same. So on my Wisp Prime right now, I got 300 shields. Looking at the chart, that would be like 1.5 seconds of shield gate. So if I was to throw on some blue Archon Tau shards, one of them gives 225 shield capacity per. So that would take me to around like a 2 second shield gate, basically. That's for using one Archon shard. So if I want to get the maximum shield gate on a 300 shield Wisp, I would need to get like 700-ish shields, even a little bit more than that. So that would be a lot of Archon Tau blue shards to get to that point. So I just don't think... I think this is actually a bad thing. I think DE should make it where Overshields do actually work, and that's intended, as that provides synergy between teammates. That provides, a use for frames like Harrow. Harrow's passive is a massive Overshield cap. You can have like 3,000 Overshield cap or whatever. This right here just means, hey, you didn't mod your Harrow for shield capacity? Get wrecked. You're going to have the same duration shield gate if you didn't have those 3,000 Overshields. Those Overshields are just basically the extra, like, EHP, because they're adding some more DR to, like, shields. It's like, okay, you have 3,000 shields and you have 50% DR on those shields. For the most part, that's what you're going to be getting. The shield gate duration aspect of it is not going to be working properly, and once they get away with it, he said it won't be for a while, thankfully. But yeah, DE, please make this very clear, so it's not just the content creators have to tell people, oh, hey, yeah, Overshields are broken right now. They're actually not supposed to be working with shield gate, but here you go. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments down below. I'm sure not many people are really going to be like, oh yeah, this actually is exactly what I want. I looked at the responses to this tweet. I actually had to go do some stuff earlier, and this tweet's been out for a couple hours. There was someone below said, I think Overshield should work. I think most people would agree Overshield should work, although it could be abusable in some situations. All right, guys, I want to make sure I got this bad news out to you. Sorry about that the day before, but hey, you know what? This happens pretty often. We got the Helios nerf announced like the day before Melee 3.0 and all that stuff too. So I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate your support, and yeah, big content stuff coming out tomorrow, guys. Make sure you're subbed and all that. See you next time. Peace.